And then that day when I'm happy because you and Minister Kele are agreeing that you went to Durban to deliver the last, the other portion, the second last, I suppose. And then when you are there, your conscience said, no, this should stop. I'm not continuing with dishing out money. This is now amounting to abuse. And then you stopped. But he kept on calling you. So where you and him agrees that you were supposed to meet in Durban.
Yes.
That's why he gave you 20 calls. And you are saying, yes, I drove to Durban for purpose of giving him money. And that day, I took a decision, I'm no longer doing it anymore. And he gave you 20 missed calls. And we asked him, why did you call him so many times? He says, we were supposed to meet.
Yes.
So on the meeting part, you and him are agreeing. What we need an evidence of is this portion of the exchange. Even if it's not visible money, but as long as we see the Kele money from you, the Kele bag from you to his car, that's prima facie enough. So, did he really make those calls on that day when you decided no more? I'm no longer answering his calls.
My phone is, even now, is here with my legal team. His missed calls are still there. You can even see them now.
And we need some, even if it's smallanyana evidence that demonstrate that you indeed exchanged money, because the problem is that Mabonga is dead.
Yes.
And the protector that went to fetch the Woolworths bag, is he still alive, and will he be prepared to dispose an affidavit that you send him in the presence of Minister Kele to go and fetch a bag? And obvious, if he's a personal protector, meaning a bodyguard, he will walk with you or behind you as you walk to the car with Minister Kele, and then you putting, will he give us some affidavit?
Yes. Yes.
I'm worried, Mr. Matlala. 12 cases withdrawn, 1 guilty verdict, 1 not guilty verdict, 1 acquitted. And you've got police around Pretoria here who are sent around as your eyes boys. Why would the police go and fetch a car to... Your story is actually making this the case of that police officer even worse, because you take a card from your PA, you give it to a police officer. What stops a PA from taking the card to go and buy a battery and bring it to you? Because generally that is the work of the PAs, and here police are being converted into PAs in the absence of the PAs. They're actually being given the job by PAs that they said, I must give you a card to go and do what I'm supposed to do or I'm employed to do. What should we take of this kind of a relationship you have with police, and the next thing, cases are withdrawn, and meaning the people who have actually complained in these cases have never experienced justice? Because this will somehow, the reason we're asking you about this police officer is to determine your proximity to the police in this area, and to determine whether police are actually under your control.
No, they're not under my control.
Yeah, but why would you send the police? And he's probably older than you.
No, he's not.
Or he's a small boy.
He's a lighty.
Okay, so you were sending a lighty policeman to run around.
Not a lighty, you know. When you, like a little brother, I will say that. So not like in a defamatory way, manner. Okay. So I'm saying sometimes, yes, you might be policeman, but at home you are a brother, you are a sister, you are a father. So when you are at home, whether you're a policeman or not, or you're a judge, if I'm your older brother, I can send you and then you will do that. So it's not because of I'm undermining you as a police officer or as a judge or whatever.
But I'm saying you can send a judge who's your younger brother to go and buy a battery.
Oh, bread or whatever you want.
A judge.
Your brother, I think he will, when he's at home, he'll call you Abuti, whether he's a judge or not. So that respect will always be there.
Thank you, Mr. Matlala. I want my sister to have an opportunity to speak to Kat, even if it's security experience. Do you think Jerry is still alive? I mean, those kidnapping people, if they kidnap you to extort money, for you to give them money, a ransom and all of that, but once they keep you for too long, you become an expense to them because they have to feed you, they have to, if you are sick, medication, accommodation and all of that. Why would they keep you this long when they know that there's actually nothing coming forward? Do you think Jerry is still alive? Not do you know. With your own security experience and your instinct as a friend who says to the mother of Jerry, this was like my younger brother. Something in you should tell you that this guy is no longer there or is still there.
Honestly, I agree with you. At some point, he will end up being a liability to his abductors. So I don't think also myself by now that if he's alive, then what are they gaining for keeping him so long and then spending money on him, but they're not getting anything in return? So it's a very hard one to accept, but obviously when you add one and one together, for me, it does not give me, I wouldn't say that these people will benefit anything from keeping him so long. I don't think so.
Now, have you been to the farm of the father of Jerry's wife to ask that they pay a ransom of 10 million or anything to that?
To the farm?
To the farm or to the father? No, to the father. Let's leave the farm. Have you been to the father, like the father-in-law of Abe?
Jerry's father-in-law. Yeah.
I mean, Jerry's father-in-law.
Yeah.
Have you been there and asked that they pay some ransom to these people?
No, I've been there, but not to say to pay ransom.
Yeah, but what were the discussion between you and the father-in-law? Because the story now is Jerry has kidnapped himself because he wants to extort 10 million from the father-in-law, and to a particular extent, you went to say to the father-in-law, please pay something, because it looks like the father-in-law is well off.
He's not well off, but that's what they're saying. So actually, I volunteered to pay 5 million myself. And I said, if you guys can raise 5 million, I'll pay 5 million myself so that we can get him. So I went there to speak to his father-in-law and say, listen, let's go 50-50. I can pay 5 and you pay 5. And he said, if they kidnap me, you must tell them that they must kill me. I will never pay any money.
Speak to the Jerry's kidnappers, your younger brother, and plead with them. For sure they are listening. They knew we were coming to speak to you. If you're to speak to their conscience, what were you going to say?
I will say, what we need now is closure. So whether they have them, they must just release him because he's diabetic. So I don't think wherever he is, he's in a good health. And also, if they did something to him still, let them give us a sign somewhere to at least have a closure to know, because it's not nice every day sleeping, not knowing what happened to your brother, your father, your son. So what can at least comfort us now is closure, whatever it is. So at least we can know going forward what to do.